Right, afternoon guys. Little bit of a windy one today. It's a mess up with Richard earlier on, and I think it was good for both for us to get out. We hadn't seen each other really now in a while, so it was good for us to get out. Good to meet up with him. We've seen quite a few birds: bullfinch, greenfinch. Some of the probably rarest bird on that reserve today was probably the greenfinch, closely followed by bullfinch. But my whole thing of going there today was to get some photos of a long-tailed tit. For someone that follows me on Facebook called Pauline, she loves them. She absolutely loves long-tailed tits. And since I've been watching them, I never really paid them much notice, I will be honest. But since I've been watching them, without a doubt they're growing on me. They are so cute, it's unbelievable. Now these are some images I come up with today. I'm really chuffed with them, to be honest with you. Majority of them are like that. I will show you. So I didn't take that many of the bullfinch, and I didn't take that many. I did take a few of the greenfinch because I ain't got many greenfinch photos, I will be honest with you. Now this one I really like. This one is the look of, excuse me, I'm in the middle of cleaning myself here, so will you just do one. But like I said, Pauline's been following me now for pretty much since I picked a camera up. So I were hoping to get her a few photos that I could send her. Now these are really, really nice. They're sharp. Give me 1 second, guys. They're sharp and they're really, really unusual poses, which, like I said, I never paid these birds much attention, but my God, they're beautiful. So that's the kind of photos that I've been getting. Now, there was a male and female bullfinch there as well. But like I said, it's the first time I've met up with Richard in a long time, and I ain't got that many photos of bullfinches. I will be honest with you. When I was a kid, they were really common bird. So what, greenfinch. But now they're in real decline, they're in trouble. And everybody's amazed by the male bullfinch because it's colourful. But to me, the female does it every time. Now, I don't know if that's me just having an eye, that I kind of like the birds that seem to be duller in colour, black and white almost. I don't know if that's just me or what, but everyone that sees bullfinch love the male because of its colour. But like I said, I didn't really photograph them that much because I have got a few bullfinch photos. I could do with some more, but it was about letting Richard get some photos of him today. Really good to see him today, to be honest with you. I think it did us both good. So I've come to realise, Richard is a really, really good friend. Really, really good. I've always known that, to be perfectly honest with you. I've always known that, but he's a good bloke. He's a really good bloke. So I enjoy going out with him as well, you know what I mean? But the problem what you get in photography terms is if two photographers are going out to photograph a subject, what you'll find is once you've been doing it a while, you both tend to get the same shots. And when you get home and you put them on the laptop, you'll find that you pretty much choose very similar photographs. Now, whenever I first met Richard on the Rother Valley Mossie, he never picked a camera up ever. But he caught a fish, I went round, did a photo for him, and from that minute of him seeing that image, he said he was getting a camera. He must have gone straight home and got a camera, because that's what he did. Now, he's come a hell of a long way. In the time from him getting the camera to now, he's come a long way. And he's definitely really has turned out to be a decent photographer. Now, it's something that I think you can be taught to be a good photographer, but I also think that you've got to understand a little bit about the subject you're photographing. It's about, like, today there was me, Richard and another guy and photographing the birds. But the guy at the side of Richard, I noticed that he had no idea about what birds do. Certain things when they're gonna fly, they'll do a certain. All birds do it. They'll kind of. It's a shuffle. What they do. It's like they ruffle the feathers up, then off they go. Now you will be surprised on how many bird watchers just don't get them little bits of behaviour like that can make the difference between getting a great shot and a terrible shot. The other thing as well is the bullfinch left the feeder to go into the tree because the robin's more dominant. The robin is the most aggressive bird around any feeders, small bird wise. So it chased the bullfinches off a few times, and it also, the greenfinch is also very, very territorial. So it chased it off, but every time it come back, it did the exact same route from a branch to another branch, down to a small branch onto the feeder. And then the other greenfinch followed it to the exact same feeder. It's about safety in numbers. But every time it did that, there was only 3 feeding points on that feeder. So if there was a blue tit on it as well, that meant when the greenfinch come in, it hovered. Now, it made me smile watching that Richard had sussed it straight away, you know what I mean? It's one of the best things I've ever done, without a doubt. Since I've been doing nature stuff, without a doubt, one of the most things I'm proud of most is the way Richard's done that with nature, because he didn't care two hoots about any bird when I really first met him. He never paid him a second glance, but now he has absolutely. He's got it. It's what I call he's seeing things for the first time. But he's been doing it now a while, so he's starting now to understand the behaviour of them as well. The habitat certain birds need to actually live in. So they need a certain kind of habitat to live in. All birds do. You can't just put any bird. You can't just say take a I don't know, a wren into the middle of a moorland and just know that it's going to do well. They need cover and they need certain habitat to live in. All birds, all animals need certain habitat. But he really has got it. So this blog really is really just about that with Richard. It's every time I go out with him, it makes me smile, because I ain't done that many good things in my life, you know what I mean. But one thing I'm very proud of, and that is passing that torch on to him. I've told him now he's got to do the same with his daughters. His daughters love photography, so hopefully that will happen. Look at that. Now these photos were taken from I couldn't get in to photograph the actual feeders. Now anyone that's been out with me with a camera will know I absolutely hate birds on feeders. It just spoils picture. And what they've done at Oldmoor, I'm bunged up today, is what they've done at Oldmoor is they seem to have took all the perches out that the birds used. More so, the kingfisher perch. There was a perch at Oldmoor at the screen that the kingfisher used that perch every single day. So what do? They go in there, they cut it all back, and they take the bloody perch out what kingfisher uses. So now it's about it will still be fishing, it will still be doing well, but I'll never understand that. Why they do that? It's same with the actual feeding station bit. Now I would love to get into that bit where all them feeders are and just put a few things into place. Just perches. You're not altering anything. You're just putting some perches in with a little bit, either tie wraps or a bit of wire, a bit of green string, whatever. Tie it in so it's nice and neat. Birds can't get caught in it. And it just adds that bit extra to seeing them. I don't like seeing them on feeders. I mean, they need that food through winter. They need that food, but they're not the shots I like. I like them on natural perches. Now, I'm going to actually have a word with the guys at Ulmo, and I'm going to see if I can get something in place. Here's another one. Now that's heavily cropped. Well, not heavily cropped, actually. That's the actual image. Really bad year for berries. This look, there's one here, and that's not because the birds have been eating them. They haven't. It's just a bad year for berries. But at Ulmo, the birds will always do well because the amount of seed that they must use per week is it must absolutely be a shed load per week they use on that reserve. But I know they order it by lorry because I've seen the lorry actually tip it like they would hardcore when they're doing roads or tarmac. They do the exact same with seed at Ulmo. So that gives you an idea on how much seed they're actually using there. It's a lot. But it's all about getting them birds in there. A lot's changed at Ulmo, not for the... Oh my God, wait till I see this one. Now, there's one person, like I've just said, I absolutely love these. And she knows who she is. Pauline. Now Pauline, this is it's still the same subject. I'm not going off subject. Pauline is a woman that followed me on Facebook. Now, once I found out I'd got this glaucoma, I think it was about 170, 180 comments wishing me well. And I will be honest with you, it upset me. For the simple fact of, I seem to be making such a big deal out of having this, and some of these people that were sending me wishes that they hope everything goes okay and that. Some of them people were terminally ill with cancer. Do you know what I mean? It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Nah, there's a guy that's, you know, I don't want to sound as though I'm fucking Robin Hood doing good for people and all that, but it's I ain't done a lot of good in my life. I've said it to you before. This is me really telling you the truth. I ain't done much good in my life at all. I ain't been the best dad. Probably the worst, to be honest with you. But I'm never going to get a chance to rectify that, for one. So, I've just got to crack on. But in the meantime, what I can do is I can try and help as many people as possible. And that's not... I watch stuff like this and I think, you fucking knob. Do you know what I mean? Who do you think you are? But I genuinely mean it, guys, honestly. I honestly lost faith in me in people. I thought everybody were only bothered about themselves and their own little bubble, their own little family bubble. But after that post over there, it got to me, it upset me really bad. That there's so many people, and my grandmother was saying to me, how do you know all these people? All these people sending you these lovely messages. And I said, these were my exact words, is, I don't know these people, you know what I mean? They follow me pictures on Facebook, and they're genuinely nice people, who just are good-hearted. Simple as, you know what I mean? There's far too many people that are selfish and think about themselves. But I can tell you something now, and this is the honest to God's truth. When something happens to you, and it's a big thing that's happening, it makes you reevaluate your way of thinking. And I'm telling you honestly, there's a few things I'm going to do this year, and one is the guys that's terminally ill with cancer. I said it on a blog over there. I'm going to grab him and I'm gonna go and pick him up, and I'm gonna take him out to Peak Districts and show him Bramblin and Siskin and Redpolls. He's never seen them before. Nah, he's ill. He's really ill with cancer, so he's not going to be able to walk far. So it's going to be a little bit of a sitting about a bit in a car. But he says he don't get out much, and I will be honest with you, honest to God. If we have to sit here all day, then we will, until he sees a Redpoll or a Siskin. He's not seen them before. So if we have to do that, we will, you know what I mean? Nah, some of you that are watching this that come on my YouTube channel for fishing stuff, this probably won't fly straight over your head, you know what I mean? But it's just a post I wanted to put out there, you know what I mean? There's a lot of good people about, a lot of good people, and it's made me think today, made me think. So I'll stop rambling, guys, and I'll get on. I'm gonna edit the photos when I get back. Nah, I only really took photos, like I said, of the female bullfinch, a greenfinch, which greenfinches I ain't got that many photos. They're a real rarity now, are greenfinches. So I got some photos today of I think it was a female greenfinch. It weren't as bright as the other one that Richard was photographing. I think that may have been a male. Nah, it's a lot. I don't see many of them. I don't know if I just said that not long back, but I probably see, if I don't go to Oldmoor, then in a year I will probably see 2 to 3 green. And I'm not on about 100. I'm on about 2 or 3 greenfinches in a year. They're a real rarity. And around me, where I live, at the back of my house is Winkerbank Hill. Now, when I was a kid, I used to collect eggs, and now everybody knows that about me. I think most birders now, at my age, used to collect eggs when they were younger, and it's where the passion for birds has come from. Now, we all regret what we did and everything, and we can't change it, but it definitely ignited that flame for nature. So we can't change stuff, and I'm not massively sure that we had a massive impact on numbers back then as well, because they were doing really well. It's more to do with habitat loss and stuff like that nowadays, and intense farming and stuff. So it's a real shame, but like I said, I managed to photograph that female bullfinch, and I really, I've got a thing me about duller coloured birds for some strange reason. I'm not sure why it is, but I really have got a thing about duller coloured birds, and I'm just trying to have a quick look before I log off this one, about see if I can find a greenfinch photo for you. But there's some of the long-tail tit photos I've got. They're absolutely incredible. I'm well chuffed with them. Now this one here, this one is a greenfinch shots I got. Probably the rarest bird on reserve today, that one was. And then I got also managed, see if I can find them. I don't even know if I managed to photograph bullfinch, I will be honest with you. But I thought I'd got at least a couple of it, which I'm sure I've got some lovely shots of that long-tailed tit. And it was funny because everybody were all queued up photographing through this little arch, and all I did was a sat bike. I've not got none of the beamer. I didn't photograph the bullfinch because Richard was photographing it, and all what happens is you end up putting a duplicate shot on of the same bird. And today really it was about, I mean, I was supposed to be going fishing today, but I will be honest with you, today we're all about really getting out with Richard. I will be honest, I ain't seen him in a while, and he's a good lad. So, and he enjoyed it. It blew his. I tell you what, he's got fucking thick skin, that kid. I was freezing my tits off, absolutely freezing at one point. I run to the car near enough on the way back. I was like, Rich, I'll wait for you up there, And near enough run to the car. So, right then, guys, I'll check you later.